What's up guys, welcome to Dahi Raid. So we have the Thor Fusion event live. If you haven't seen it in game, load up your game and check it out. It'll pop up in the news. It'll also bring you to this calendar. Now, top tip from me that I always do, because I play on PC, but it's handy on mobile as well. Once you go into that, if you're on PC, right click on the image, open the image in a new tab and save that as your home page, so that whenever you load up your browser, it'll load up on that, and it makes it very easy to keep track of the Fusion event calendar. You can do the same thing on mobile by holding down on the picture, and it'll give you a context menu with the option just to open in a new tab, and you can just leave that tab open without closing it, and you'll be able to go back in and find it really handily. So you're going to need to keep track of this tournament because we cannot miss anything. So that's just a wee word of advice from me to you. So let's look at what we have coming down the line here. So it'll be a fairly fast-paced fusion. So you know, we got to keep our eyes on the prize here. So if you haven't done anything today, good. The only thing I might do today would be the artifact enhancement event here. So as you can see, that is live, as well as the spider tournament and the champion training event. Now, the champion training and spider, you can overlap those, which is really good. But you have to have a champion that can solo spider to make the most of it. There are a few about, but it depends what you have. There's plenty of videos out there, and I might do one on solo champions for farming and pop it out maybe tomorrow. But at the moment, I would hold off on those and wait until tomorrow, where we can look at spider, and we can also look at getting... Whoop, that is not sticking where I thought it would. We can look at spider, and we can also look at getting the dungeon divers in there as well. So we'll be doing dungeon divers, champion training, and spider tournament all in one. So that would be the first thing, is hold your horses, wait off until tomorrow, and try and get those all done together. Now, the only caveat to this is, if you don't have resources saved up and you're depleting all of your energy and letting it replenish, then do everything every day as much as you can. Don't wait to optimize. Get everything done as much as you can, because you're waiting for the energy to replenish. You're not trying to optimize, obviously, your energy usage where you can, but get everything done as soon as you can as well, because you are using a replenishing resource. You're not using saved resources. So that's where it differs for people with stockpiles versus people without. Okay, you can still do it without. Now, next we have the Champ Chase tournament, and this is a bit of a we'll say a bit of a dick move. So Champ Chase early on, especially in a fragment fusion, is, or not, a fragment combined type fusion. It's a bit of a dick move, because if this was later on, we could get some of the points for the champion chase by fusing Diana Gloompiercer. It's unfortunate that we can't, but look, you have to do what you can. Champ Chase anyway is fairly forgiving. If you have any Doom Tower or past fragments, or anywhere you can get champions, they're going to count towards this. So even farming in even champ training and stuff like that, if you're doing it in a campaign, you're going to get champions which will count towards the champion chase. They're not going to be a whole lot, but they do count, and every little bit counts if you're counting on stuff. Classic Arena, straightforward there. Then we have Dragon coming in on Sunday. If you haven't got Dungeon Divers done yet, finish Dungeon Divers off with Dragon, but do it on Sunday. Don't wait until Monday, there is a very limited time. I know on UTC that will be finished at like 9 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So don't miss out trying to optimize. Try and get the Dungeon Divers finished off on Sunday, especially for people over the Europe side. This will be done very early in the morning and you may miss it. So Sunday is usually my deadline for finishing something that ends on a Monday. So Dragon Tournament is running then, so that's cool. We can leave it then and have a little bit of a break on Monday. We can do some artifact enhancement and then we will go from Dragon Tournament. We will finish that off with the Dungeon Divers running on Tuesday. So that is Dungeon Divers 2. And Dungeon Divers recently seem to be the biggest roadblock to all of these because they seem to take so much more points compared to what they did previously, and they almost seem to take about double the energy requirements of an equivalent tournament. So it's not 1-to-1 anymore. It's not quite 2 times, but it's maybe 1.75, 1.8, something like that. So finish off the Dragon Tournament with Dungeon Divers 2. And also you can have a bit of a break then again Wednesday into Thursday, and then on Thursday Fire Night is starting up and you want to take Fire Night and finish that off along with the finish Dungeon Divers 2 off with Fire Night on the Thursday. Again, Dungeon Divers 2 is going to finish on the Friday early in the morning for Europe side. So we want to make sure that that's done. I don't know why that's popped up there, but we'll finish this off. And then Fire Night's going to run right through until the Sunday morning then as well. And we can couple that up with Dungeon Divers 3 as well if we want to maximize our energy usage. But we also have Ice Golem then running on the Sunday. So I would be looking to finish that off there with that. In the meantime then, we're going to have Classic Arena Takedown 2. Not a problem. Champion Training, same as the others if you can. Actually, that's the most difficult one of the Champion Trainings because Fire Knight and Ice Golem aren't super conducive to Champ Training, whereas Dragon and Spider are. And there are a couple of problems with the layout for this event calendar. That's one of them. That the layout for the tournaments would be much better if Spider overlapped one champion training and Dragon overlapped the other champion training. But with Ice Golem and Fire Knight being those overlapping the one, there's nowhere to... I'm getting loads of pop-ups here. You haven't been able to see them, but they're popping up everywhere. But the Ice Golem and Fire Knight, they're not really conducive to champ training, so it's a bit of a double resource need at the one time there as well. But I mean, it can be done definitely in Ice Golem. I don't know about Fire Knight. I haven't seen it, but even at Ice Golem, it's only at 20 that I've seen it. Never in any of the hard modes. So yeah, we then also have, after the Champion Chase tournament, we also have the Summon Rush 1. So that's the first Summon Rush. Obviously, you're going to want to keep your shards for this. Now, usually for one of these, they are epics, so maybe it's going to be lower. Or it's shards for epics, so maybe their point requirement's going to be lower, but you would expect 7 shards to win to earn the thing in a Summon Rush. 7 sacred shards, usually about 3,500 points. So we've all spent a lot of stuff over the last while on all of the events that have been out. The Champion Chase is going to deplete us further. We're going to have a solid week to pick up some again, even more actually, because we're going from Friday. If we use our resources on Friday to get the Champion Chase done, we have really until Summon Rush finishes, which is nearly a week and a half. to build up resources to pull in this summon rush. That'll net you 25 tokens. However, there is the added extra chance of this summon rush here. So we won't really know. We'll know tomorrow with the champion chase what the point requirement is going to look like. That'll give us some indication of what the summon rush point requirement is going to look like. And from there, instead of splitting, if you only have shards and you don't have champions to pull, it could be beneficial to marshal your resources into one effort and go for summon rush down here. So it might be way more beneficial than to get 3,500 points here and 3,500 points here, which is 7,000 points. It could only be 6,000 points, say here. But the problem with that is it's all from shards, so it's a risk. It may be more efficient, but it is a risk. And we're not going to know the totality of what you need here until it's live. So we can suppose, we can best guess, we can apply logic and all that kind of thing, but we've been burned by applying logic before. Logic doesn't always come into the equation in these events. So beware, and be aware also of the dangers of waiting for this. There is benefits to it, but I would treat it as a fail-safe if you don't have enough shards for this. If you do not have enough shards for the first summon rush, so for this one that starts on Friday the 13th, if you don't have enough shards for that, my suggestion, and it is a suggestion, would be don't pull and wait. Get more shards together, get more resources together. It's another 4 or 5 days for the next one. So you can see the maths, so you will know by your resources what you will pull and what you will earn in this summon rush. So if what you have does not equal to what you need, don't pull a single thing, not one thing, and marshal your resources again and go for summon rush 2. I'm calling it summon rush 2, it doesn't say that, but yeah, I'd strongly advise that if you're going for this. Okay, so that is my thoughts on the fusion calendar. It's not a very friendly one, but it's not indomitable either, so don't worry too much about it. But yeah, look, if you're going for Thor, I think he's great. Some people are saying he's very skippable. I think he's fantastic, and I think he is probably the most must-get attack-based nuker that we've had in a fusion in a long time. So yeah, best of luck everybody going for it, and like and subscribe. I'll have some content relating to this over the next while as well, so hit the subscribe button if you want to see that, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye bye.